there, welcome back to the Rare Book Views channel, where I talk about how much I love books and collecting and reading and libraries and book people. And I always say at this point, thank you to everybody who's been so kind to me and said encouraging things about the channel and just books and enjoying books and hearing from people in a really nice positive community. I took a little bit of a break because something happened that was not super positive. I sold a book and the person who bought it from me returned it and not complete, and also tried to steal some money from me. So I made a whole video about it to try to explain how to avoid fraud. And then I realized, because I was explaining in detail how this happened, that it could be used to do it to other people. So I didn't post it. And then I gave it a lot of thought. So I am going book shopping today, and I am really excited because I have a long list of things that I need for people, for the holidays, for in general. I have a long list of fiction that I am looking for. I'm still missing a couple of things from the John Bellairs collection, so I'm still looking for a couple of things that I would love to own. And I have a friend who's going to go with me. We're going to this giant warehouse, and it's really fun because it's giant. There's a ton of books, and who knows? There's no rhyme or reason to where the aisles are. And they really deal in high quantities. So sometimes you can find something that they don't realize how much it's worth. So you can find a really great treasure at a bargain price. And I am a bargain shopper. So who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be great. I'm excited. Let's go see what we can find. We had a wonderful time shopping. It's really good. It's holiday season, so there were a ton of people out. We were not the only people trying to buy books today. But everybody was so excited and happy to be out and in a bookstore, so it was a really fun vibe. I did find some good things. I found some things for presents. Cannot show this to you, but I do try, because I always say that, oh, I found some things I can't show you. For the holiday season, when I send the packages of books to people, I will give you a look, and then we'll post it after the holidays when it's safe. But I also found some treasures for myself. I found, this is really cool. This is a first edition of The Falconer and the Snowman. This is a movie that I saw long ago, and I kind of knew, I think, that there was a book, but I've never seen it before. I'm pretty sure it's the first edition. It's not stated first. This is what it says on the dust jacket. It just has the date and then no other edition, so I'm pretty sure that is what it is. In 1979, we're coming up over 40 years old, so definitely vintage and a bargain. It was 4 whole American dollars. Cool. This I am really excited about. This is a great book, which I don't actually never heard of. I'll tell you why I think it's great. Dying on the Vine by Elkins. Elkins, a mystery writer beloved by my mom. And I kind of had forgotten, my friend who went shopping with me today, her dad had one of my mom's books, and they asked me if I would like to have it. And of course I would love to have it. And I remember now that she really enjoyed Elkins, and I can tell why. This is cozy mysteries. That was not a genre at the time, but these are very, I mean, there's going to be a murder, but it is not going to be upsetting, right? This is an anthropologist, and he's just very charming. He's very comfortable with the murders. And why are so many people getting murdered? Who he knows? That seems like you'd want to not hang out with him. But in any event, I was very excited to find another one by him because they're really fun to read and they do make me think of my mom. This one, I haven't looked yet. Let's see what the copyright page says. I remember thinking the one that my friend had. Oh, okay, so this one is Berkeley Publishing Group. Haven't run into it. Oh, published by the Penguin Group, so probably a subsidiary. This is the number line and it has a 1. So I think it is probably first edition, which is kind of fun. Looking for a date. How old are you? Gosh, 2012. Is Aaron Elkins still with us? I will have to do some more research. That is fascinating. I really want to get into Aaron Elkins because it just gives me a little time with my mom. It's very pleasant. And this is the big, interesting one that I found. This is The Cat in the Hat. I'm pretty sure this is a first edition later printing. I think it's a third. I'll tell you the points. I've sold The Cat in the Hat before. I do not have a copy. I don't really keep picture books. There's a couple exceptions of things that I really remember from when I was a kid. I have a couple special copies, but other than that, I don't remember. I don't have any great personal sentimental attachment to The Cat in the Hat. So I have sold this before. They printed this. This is Random House. This is, if you can see right here, there we go. There it is. All the pages are doubled and then folded in half, and there's just one set of them. And you can see the way that the facing pages are. It is, yeah, there we go. It's stitched in to the actual cover. And there's one set, and that is called the signature. I've only ever seen it called that for The Cat in the Hat. So I don't know if we call it that in other books or if it's a cat in the hat thing, but we just have the one. And when my understanding is when you only have one, that's the first edition. And then in later editions, they broke it up into 3. And I wonder if it's stronger or something, but for whatever reason, at this point, just the one. And that's the first edition. It's an interesting book. The back cover changed quite a bit in later editions. This is the original. There's a really interesting, I think it's really cool. That is a very vintage look for Dr. Seuss, Teddy Geisel. That's a very cool photo, I think, on the dust jacket. And then the most interesting points, the way you can tell which printing it is, in the original printing on the dust jacket, the price, glare going on, there we go. The original price was $2, and it had 200/200, weirdly indicating that it was $2 in the United States and Canada. You think just put $2, but they didn't. And then later, in the next printing, in the next state of the dust jacket, they made it $1.95. So you can see that here, it's $1.95, $1.95. And then in the next version, they apparently decided we're going to make The Cat in the Hat part of a huge series for young readers, and we're going to call it for beginning readers. And this is a series, and they put this sort of icon on the cover. So this is the third state of the cover, but the first edition of the book, which is pretty valuable. I sold, I think, a second edition. So it had the multiple signatures for about $100 once. I paid $4.50 for this. Probably $100. It's probably reasonable. So I'll have to get over my dislike of online auction houses and get back on the horse is probably what I'm going to do, because $100 will buy me a lot of $4 Aaron Elkins. But it was really fun, and I love getting to see the early editions of The Cat in the Hat, things that have really been loved. And this one, oddly, there's a tear here and some handling wear. And that's about it. There's no writing in this. It's a really nice copy. So I'm going to be excited to find it in a new home of somebody who maybe loved that. It was their favorite book, and they love to have a special copy. And I'm going to go find that person and find it in a new place, which is really fun. So I had a good day. I found some presents. I found some cool books. Good times all around. So thank you again for watching. Thanks to everybody who's been encouraging and kind to each other. And yeah, thanks for watching, and happy reading.